Today we're going to make a custom map in Google My Maps. So to start, you're going to go to google.com/maps or just Google My Maps and it'll take you there. You're going to be signed into your account, create a new map, and I've already listed out this spreadsheet. We're going to map where to drink for a cause in Chicago. So there's a business name, an address, and then other columns that I've specified that I want included in my map. Anything that you're pulling from this spreadsheet is going to be put into the map. So if you have a notes column or anything over here that you don't want, you want to delete that out before you upload it. So I'm going to import that spreadsheet, going to Google Drive. I just created it, so it's in my recent folder. And it's going to ask me where the markers should be, so I choose location. And then it's going to ask the display name, so I'm going to use the business name for that. And it's going to upload all of these markers automatically for me. And then I don't want this boring little red icon, so instead I'm going to go down and I can either choose from default icons of various types, or I can go do a custom icon. So you can do a URL. So let's say I wanted to use my company logo. I would do copy image address. I could put that in and select. And then all of my markers are going to be my little icon. In this case, let's say I wanted to do something else like a nonprofit icon. I could then do a Google image search and then get a vector image that represents nonprofits and do that instead. Of course, you have to be careful that you're using images that don't have copyright issues. And as long as you're using a vector image, it's going to look nicer. Otherwise, sometimes they'll have white backgrounds, which just doesn't look as good on the map. So, okay, now I've got all my place markers. You can see when you click on them, it's going to have all of those columns that are in that spreadsheet. So that's why it's important to delete anything that you wouldn't want shown when people are using the map. And then I'm going to name it Cause in Chicago. And then description, bars, coffee shops, and other venues to drink for charity. Okay. Save. And then I want to put this on my website now. So in order to do that, I'm going to change the sharing settings. Right now, the default is private, so I need to change that and make it public, or it could be anyone with the link. And once you've done that, you can then go here and copy the code to then iframe or embed onto any web page. You can also share the link and just link to this map for people to visit. And people won't be able to open this table, the data table, publicly. It's just for the map owner. But anytime you need to change any details in the map, you'll need to go back and change it in here. So if you were in the spreadsheet itself and you changed Dai's Den to Dai's Den on Irving, for example, it's not going to push that change into this map. So they become separate entities. So any changes have to be done within the map. Of course, you could just add a new layer if, let's say, you made a bunch of changes in your spreadsheet. You just re-import the layer, but then you'd have to redo any styling that you've done. Layers are useful if you wanted to, let's say, do a map of different days of the week for something, or different venue types. Like if I wanted to separate out coffee shops and bars, I could use two different spreadsheets and make them different layers, and that way I could make the icons look different, have the information displayed differently, and so forth.